Hello, Latin 1 students. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing super duper. We are going to review for our test tomorrow. Continue reviewing. We went over the charts on Friday. So just a reminder, those charts are going to be your personal pronoun charts. Those are the review ones, the ego, tu, and is, id. And then your new chart is the relative pronoun, the qui, qui, quod. Okay? So make sure you know those for your test. And it is an open book test and open note and stuff. People have asked me. But yes, it is open book, open note. But you still need to know them too. It'll make your life easier. Okay, so today we're gonna review the translation. Okay, um, so this is the Myrmidons or the Ant People. Okay, so Iacchus once ruled Aegina, which had taken its name from the name of Iacchus's mother, with whom Jupiter had joined himself in love. Okay, let's take a look at our verbs here. So we got three of them. Regebat is your main verb with the ba, tells you it's imperfect. And then your other two verbs, caperat and junxerat, those both pluperfect. Third principal part with the ramarasarat. Okay, and then we have the relative pronoun quai. All right, that's your subject in the clause. The antecedent there is Aegina. And then we also have quackum, qua cum. And you'll notice with the pronoun here, it attaches itself to the beginning of cum, okay, but you translate it with whom, all right? So that's kind of a peculiarity that some pronouns have. Like the personal pronouns me and te and nobis and wobis, they do that as well. Okay, say does it as well also. So I don't know why they like to attach themselves to the beginning of cum. Okay, but qua here would be a accompaniment, ablative of accompaniment. But your antecedent here would be the matris. Okay, the with referring back to the mother. All right. Next one here, Juno, who had never been able to tolerate the evil customs or the evil habits of Jupiter, sensed this deed and held it in memory. Okay. So your verbs patuerat, that's a pluperfect, and then sensit and tenuit are both perfect, all right, because it's the iisdiet with the third principal part. Evil customs, those would be, that's your direct object. Jupiter there is in the genitive, showing possession. And then hoc factum, that would also be a direct object. She sensed this deed, all right. And then she held it in memory or with memory, by memory. You could make a case for either means or manner, I think. That one's a rather peculiar one. It's a bit of an idiom as well. She held it in memory or she remembered it. Okay. Next one, after many years, she sent death to all who were living on the island Aegina. Okay, so two verbs there, vivebant, the were living, that's your imperfect, because the ba, imperfect sheep say ba. And then misit would be perfect. All right. Death is your direct object in the accusative, and then omnibus would be an indirect object. She sent death to all. All right, and omnibus is your antecedent for qui. Okay, and then we've got, Father Jupiter, or as we like to say, Big Daddy Jupe. Iacchus called, Juno has destroyed my entire population. That's unfortunate. So Father Jupiter here would be in your vocative, used for direct address. Destroyed and called are both perfect tense. Help me, your son, whom you love, and whom you ought not to neglect. Okay? Help is your imperative verb. Imperatives are second person. This one is singular. Then present active. And then, let's see here, you've got amos and debase, your two other verbs there. Those are both present tense. Notice those are second person because of the S. All right. And then the god heard him, and without delay began to change the ants into people. Because, that's a good way to help. Someone's population gets destroyed, you just change the ants into people. So your verbs here, heard and coipit, began. Those are both perfect tense. All right. Let's see here. Keep going here. And so Jupiter, for whom or to whom nothing is too difficult, made men and women from small animals. All right. So to whom or for whom nothing is too difficult, there's your relative clause. And then men and women are in the accusative, so they're your direct objects. And then from small animals. And then this little parenthetical, do I tell the truth or not? We don't know. All right, and then your last sentence, this is kind of your connection to the Trojan War here. The son of Iacchus was Peleus. Okay, he's in the nominative, predicate nominative there. Whose son was the famous Achilles, leader of the Myrmidons. Okay, so there's your kind of connection there. Pretty exciting. Go Achilles. All right, so that's your translation. So your test, like usual, will of course have the translation component, and then you will have your IDs for nouns, verbs. You may even have some IDs for pronouns. Remember, pronouns though will work the exact same as nouns. Okay, case, number, gender, function, and then verbs: person, number, tense, voice, mood. All right. You'll have your charty charts, all pronoun charts. You will have site translation like usual. You'll have some multiple choice fun bits. Okay. And remember with relative pronouns. Okay. Remember the word antecedent. That is a very important word. It's the noun for which the pronoun stands, okay, or it's the noun the pronoun is referring back to, right? So that's an important word to know. And the antecedent will give the relative pronoun its number and its gender. However, the case of the relative is determined by its use in the clause. Okay, so that's an important thing to remember. And then a relative clause will function like a big adjective. Okay, so it functions adjectivally, if you want, the adjective form of adjective. That one was for free. So that is how a relative clause will function. All right, so it tells you more about the antecedent. Okay, and yeah, I think that should mostly cover it. And remember, you can use your book, your notes, while taking this test. You guys are going to do awesome. You guys are mighty warriors. And I love you guys. Okay. I hope you all know that. Even though, I want you to learn stuff. That's important. But most of all, I hope you guys know that you're loved. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.